we're back with another video, and in this video we're going to be teaching you how to use Google Forms. It's quite that simple. All you need is a Google account. So as you can see, I have been signed into my Google account. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and click on the Google Forms. As you can see, I have gone into the Google Forms home. To get here, go ahead, go to a normal new tab, click on these dots which will show you all of Google apps, and then scroll to the bottom and then you will see Google Forms. Click on it and then you'll be taken there. So I've already opened. Since I haven't created any forms yet, I'm going to create one by clicking on the blank button. As you can see, my one has been completely loaded. So say we have a bunch of questions. We're making an assignment for someone. Maths. Answer all the questions. And then we write the first question. So we can write any question like, what is 10 plus 10 plus 10? What is 10 plus 10? We can give a lot of options. We can rename each option we choose. Like we'll put 1, and then we'll click on this add option, and then we'll click on 2, and then we'll click on the correct answer. Now say you want to create a question in your Google form where the person has to type the answer without choosing. Well, you want to do that, then go ahead and click on the arrow here, then go ahead and then click on paragraph. After clicking on paragraph, it'll give this long answer text. So that's to get a preview. To preview it, we click on the preview button. Okay, as you can see, now my Google Forms, we are right now previewing it, and now you can see that we can put a long answer and then quickly submit it. So that's how Google Forms works. So now we will be learning how to create much more secure questions. You can put questions where they ask you to file upload. So that means you need to allow this by clicking on continue. So then it'll load, and then you have to only specify. If you want to like allow only a specific type like a PDF or maybe Word, click on this and then you choose, is it PDF or image. You can choose multiple of these options. You can choose several of these options, and you can choose the number of files that it can support and how much MB can it support. So it's maximum, I suggest that I would take it as 100 MB. Then you can go ahead, and if you want to see where this file will be uploaded to, click on the view folder button and then you will be taken there. You can duplicate any of your questions or delete each question. When you duplicate, you can see that they are creating the same question again. So if you want to click delete this, click on delete. If you want to make sure that the person cannot submit this Google form without filling this, you need to make sure that this is required. So click on this, and then your question is required. So it is a must to answer this question. Some questions you don't have to put if you feel like it's not required. You can insert videos for people to watch during your Google Forms. You can add questions, import questions, and add a text and description. Add images and add sections like section A, section B, section C. So click on the sections, and then you can see that we have a new section. So how it works, so let's now, as you can see, we have a lot of these, so I'm going to just quickly go ahead and delete most of these. Say I'm going to turn this into, let's say, just checkboxes, and let's just say, okay, let's say 10, 100. Okay, let's just say 100. Okay, let's click on other, and then we have an other option. So now we want to preview this, so let's click on the preview button to see how this works. So you can go ahead and click on the preview button to preview your Google Form easily. Google Forms is meant for business and other users and needs. To check whether people have responded to your Google Forms, go ahead, click on the responses. If you're accepting the responses, click on this. If you're not accepting the responses. Okay, now go to settings, and if you go to settings, you can also go ahead and click on responses. Then there's an option where you get to collect email addresses, so that when you click on collect email addresses, it'll ask your email address here and it'll be required. So I prefer not to add that to my Google form, so I'm clicking that off. And then if you enable this and you want to send a copy of their response, you can put when requested or put always. I'm putting off since I'm not using this feature. And then you can also allow the person who submitted their thing to be changed. Say you put the wrong answer, if they want, they can also change it, but we do not want to allow that, so no. You can also require it to sign in and limit it to one response, meaning that will be only one person who responds, not many people. So you also have other settings from defaults. You can collect email addresses by default, meaning it will automatically do that. So I do not want that actually, so I'm gonna off that too. It's actually the same option where you get to go ahead and then ask it to collect here. So we're gonna go to question default. You can make the questions required all. So say you forgot to make all the questions required, you can click on make questions required by default, meaning all the questions that you have put into your Google Forms will be required. So I'm not going to need that since I'm not going to be using this Google Forms. So that's all for today's video, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you do want to request for any tutorials, the link is in the description below. And please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon so that you can be notified whenever I publish any video. And like that, stay tuned for any of more of my videos, and good.